Hello and welcome to See If It Sticks, the news at Sticks. How long is this going on for? Bong. I am your news talker for this week, Dominic Alexander. To my right I have...
I am your news listener for this week, Dan.
And Ross isn't here, so
Again.
we have a gestual... Introduce yourself.
I think I'm Stu, the teleprompter for this.
You're the teleprompter.
I like the idea of words on my face.
Okie dokie.
All
The boss
the
of
way from
Sticks
Thursday.
is here. All the way
Indeed.
from Thursday, he's here.
Yes, I
The
am.
boss is here. Be on your best behaviour.
Some might call him the king.
The king of Sticks. Ah, yes. And in talking about kings,
Yes.
with that beautifully crafted
Smooth
That was a
segue.
segue.
Like butter.
Always smooth like butter, this link.
I set him up, but no one's ever knocking them down, Stu.
I had no idea. I was literally gonna come in with, I prefer to be a duke or maybe an earl.
Oh,
Anyway.
dear. Right, talking about kings. The king of the Netherlands had a secret job for 21 years. Have you seen this? Shock horror. Shock horror. I didn't even know the Netherlands had a king. I thought they were a republic. But obviously, I was wrong.
No one told the king that.
King Willem Alexander. Ooh.
Oh,
Relative of yours?
oh, there. You can tell by that
Yes.
surprised reaction that's definitely not the first time you've read that.
The king of the Netherlands has revealed he has secretly been a commercial pilot for over 20 years. The revelation came in an interview with Dutch newspaper De Telegraaf. The Telegraph.
I wonder what that translates as.
According to E! Exclamation mark news.
Jesus.
King Willem told the newspaper, I find flying...
That's the
Wait.
it's the main newspaper in Scotland, isn't it?
E! E!
Have you heard the Yorkshire version of that? E by gum.
News.
News.
King Willem told the newspaper, I find flying simply fantastic. You can take problems with you off the ground. You can completely switch off for a while and focus on something else. That for me is the most relaxing part of flying.
Cartoon
that-
character, the king of the Netherlands is.
That was Goldmember, the king of the Netherlands.
Yes.
King Willem has been working as a KLM Airlines co-pilot.
Sorry, what do you call
it? KLM.
It's Cullum.
Oh.
Clum.
Clum airline co-pilot on commercial flights since 1996 and has managed to do it almost completely unnoticed. E! Reports very few passengers have noticed him, and those who have recognise his voice via the telecom. And in case you're wondering why the Royal has decided to reveal his secret hobby / second profession, it's simply because he is set to undergo training to fly a Boeing 737, the aircraft that is said to be replacing the current models used by the airline.
What are they?
There's a big plane.
No, I meant what one are they replacing?
I imagine the 727?
Don't know.
Of his upcoming training, King Willem told De Telegraaf, it also seemed nicer to fly than the other destinations one day, with more passengers and bigger distances. That was the real motive for training on the 737. There we go. So the King of the Netherlands. See, that's what I think. What does he do with his wages? That's the question I ask. That would be the question I ask as a tax-paying Dutchman. Where does he put...
How much do you clear after taxes, and what do you do with it when you've got it?
Yeah, I am hoping...
They probably don't really care too much over there, don't they? Because they're pretty sorted. They've got quite a...
Well, I
They're
think
quite a
our-
strong economy?
Yeah, but our monarchy
quite a
get
nice
paid a
place
lot
to live.
more.
Do they not get paid a lot then?
I don't think they get. I don't think their income is as healthy as
European
Her Majesty the
specialist
Queen.
Stuart Porro.
Yeah, well, this is it. You know, I also learnt most from the Telegraph.
I see.
They have a section at the back, a pie chart on monarchies and how much they earn.
Oh, really? And what ours are one of the richest?
Yeah, we are the richest.
Oh,
I
we're
think,
the
I think
richest
apart
monarchy.
from that bunch in Brunei,
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he's pretty minted.
Sultan of Brunei.
The Sultan of Brunei, who I imagine has many gods and also many monkeys, because that's where monkeys live in Brunei.
What, in the Sultan's palace?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're called Bruneian baboons.
Oh, right.
Look them up.
Interesting. A
There you
piece of useless information there. Good for a pub quiz.
Yep.
So, yeah, my question to you on this News That Sticks is, if you were to have a secret side job for 20 years, what would it be?
Well, the irony is that for the last 21 years, I've been as my side job's been the king of the Netherlands.
You are King Willem Alexander.
Yeah, I gotta come
Weirdly,
along.
my side job for the last 21 years has been as Stu.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a domino effect of basically people doing other things when
does
they
that
should be
mean
doing
my
their main one.
second job for the last 21 years has been a door?
What?
Just throwing it out there.
A door.
A door. Yeah. Just to cover up my gas.
Oh, that
I
joke
actually,
hinged on a lot.
the king of Netherlands has beaten me to it because I've always wanted to be a pilot.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you know how much it costs to be a commercial airline
quite
pilot?
a lot of money.
Hundreds of
man.
thousands of pounds.
Yeah,
Yes.
you've got to be.
That's why they normally
you've
have
gotta-
a,
it's a royal ransom to become a.
That's why they have those that's why they always sound a bit. Hello, pilot Johnny Williams.
Well, interestingly, I always wanted to, because in my opinion, like, top 3 coolest sounding jobs in the world are obviously number 1, astronaut,
Yep.
and then number 2 and 3, possibly tied, is fighter pilot and fireman.
Okay.
Yeah, but isn't an astronaut just a posh
Space plumber.
space plumber? No. Well, yeah, I suppose he is.
Well, they're generally they generally come from the Air Force, don't they?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, they're generally
No, they're
scientists now.
scientists these
Are they?
days. Yeah, more they it's
But initially,
it's
they were all like
it's
test
like the
pilots.
Armageddon. NASA saw Armageddon and saw that it's easier to train a driller, a miner, to fly a spaceship than it is to train a space man to drill mines. So
Yeah.
they're
There's a logic in there.
mostly scientists these days.
Yeah.
Not so many airline pilots. Obviously, it's sort of they've got much better ways of getting them up there, much more automation.
Yeah.
They still have to obviously train to fly the damn thing.
Because like Buzz Aldrin, Neil, they're all like test pilots.
Yeah,
aren't
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
proper heavy
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
It's gone to the. It's basically we're sending nerds into.
They should have
space.
sent a poet.
To do what?
No, well, that's one of the things they said, wasn't it? They should have sent a poet. But because they couldn't describe the beauty of seeing Earth. That's one of the big things about space flight is that there's never been any like sort of artists or creatives gone up there. So like there's no
Well,
like,
it looks like a whole lot of cheese from where I'm standing.
you know, that sort of thing. They that's one of the biggest things, isn't it? They've sort of said it'd be nice to send someone into space to
Well, I
chronicle
think-
it artistically.
I think a lot of
I'll put myself up for that.
I think a lot of the
I'll create some beautiful
the
words.
guys that are up there that have been on the space station over the last sort of 5-10 years or so, there's been sort of quite a wide range of people.
Yeah.
I think what was his name? Colonel Hadfield.
Well, they play the guitar.
Yeah. What was his first name?
Tim?
Can't-
No, that's Tim Peake.
There's Tim
That's Tim
Peake.
Peake. No,
Oh, God,
Mike.
he's milking it, isn't he?
I think
Tim Peake.
They've got a whole thing in the Science Museum up in London, like a whole bit dedicated to Mr. Peake.
Oh my God.
interestingly, I don't know why the big hoo-ha about Tim Peake is.
Because the first Brit in space was a woman, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. Did you know that?
No, but I'm a massive misogynist.
I knew her name about 2 days ago as well, but I can't remember it now for the life of me.
Margaret Lillian Gerald.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like,
She farted her way
also-
into space.
Yep.
also, like, Tim Peake is like
She
the
moaned all the
Andy
way
Murray
out.
of space flight. He's like good and like obviously he wins things, but like really boring guy. Really boring guy.
that Hadfield. Oh God, what was his name?
Hate Andy Murray.
Hadfield. His was really good. I follow him on Twitter and did
Yeah.
follow him when he was still up on the space station on Twitter because he just had sort of like a really nice way of putting things. And he posted, obviously, it's the age of social media anyway, but he was posting lots of incredible pictures. Those grainy pictures from the moon, which was like state of the art technology at the time, is now is dwarfed in comparison to what you can take on a smartphone.
Yeah, it saddens
you
me that
don't-
no one wants to go back to the moon anytime soon.
Well,
But doesn't that say about there's more of a why doesn't anybody want to go back to the moon?
because it's pointless, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
There's nothing. There's nothing. There is nothing there.
There's
What
nothing
about
to
a moon base?
There's nothing to mine, is there? There's
No,
nothing
not-
to. There's certainly nothing to eat.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, how cool will it be to have a moon base?
But what do we need?
Is
a
it
moon?
$1 trillion cool?
think it's what
Yeah, for me,
I got
it
a
would be-
moon base.
If I had all the money, that's what I'd be doing, building moon bases.
But what do we need a moon base
Sure
for,
the Chinese
though?
will do it.
Because-
Defense against the
Martians.
the aliens that come to get us. I don't know. I'm joking.
yeah, it's kind of it's like
The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1.
But yeah, that's the reason that no one goes back to the moon. 'Cause
I know,
you got the space station, which is
Does all the science shit.
orbiting in the same way that you could be on the moon, except for there's a
You can just
toilet on
imagine
there.
that conversation. Right, should we back to the moon? Nah, mate. Got a space station. It's got a toaster.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got a waffle iron.
You could take a shit with your helmet off. at the
Yeah,
space
yeah.
station.
Hey,
big-
I bet that's it. It's like, right, lads, moon.
Do we have to piss ourselves? in the sea?
Yeah, that's basically it. Go there in what is the equivalent of a Kit Kat wrapper, or I can sit here watching YouTube on the crapper a couple of miles above the earth and it'll still do the same job. And you go,
It's
well,
a good 100 miles, but yeah.
yeah, 100 mile shit.
couple of miles above the earth. Just to see. Oh, it's got a space station.
You're coming in hot there.
Give us a wave, Tim.
Yeah.
It'd be going so fast in the atmosphere, it would fucking ignite it, you know? Oh, glorious. Physics-based jokes.
Instead of having like beautiful pictures of the sun setting across the continent of Africa, it's a picture of me in my pants in the morning chasing the pigeons out of the garden. Such beautiful sights on the ISS this morning.
We got bored in space. We just fling our poo out at 100 miles an hour and see what happens.
We're just coming down, scaring dogs.
But yeah, I always wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other day, I always thought that what you would have to do to be a fighter pilot is go and be a pilot and then apply for the RAF. And then I saw the other day, the first time I've ever seen it, actually, I might have just missed it all these years that I've been going on about how much of a cool job it would be. By the way, as a side note, my girlfriend, Maddie, and my mother are dead. And
Oh my God. What? That's the real news that sticks. Dan's a serial killer.
are dead against this idea and have been for quite some time.
What, for you to become a fighter
Yeah,
pilot?
because I've always said
I don't know how to say this to you, mate, but I think the boat might be leaving and you're on the pier.
Well, this is what I'm getting to. Like, I sort of said I'd love to do it, but the other day, someone posted out a something to do with the RAF, and I thought, I wonder,
Reservists or something.
Yeah, I wonder sort of like
Chef.
what the money's like, because RAF sort of like sounds cool to me still. So I went on there, and they were taking applications for fighter pilots in the training scheme, and I thought, holy shit, I didn't realize you could just go and apply for it. So I looked at it, had all the goddamn qualifications. And I thought, oh my God, like, even though no one would like me to do this, that would be so fucking cool. Like, you go there, you train as a pilot for a couple of years, you do a tour, you train some more, you can go on to become a helicopter pilot. And then, you do your, whatever it is, 17, 20 years or something like that. And then you can retire from the military, and then you can go on and become a commercial pilot. Or you've got like, they provide you with the training to go on and do sort of like management stuff in companies, and they have the careers advisor, and that it's a fucking like ace like career. Apart from the fact that I am 2 years too old.
No! 2 years!
Crap, man.
That's crazy.
You have to be, by when you get your, I can't remember what it is, you have to still be 26 by the time you start your training.
Shit, son.
That's crazy.
Did I ever tell you the story when I went into the recruitment office? Did I ever tell you that?
No? What?
I went
The one
into-
in Canterbury Town?
Yeah, I went into the recruitment office when I was about, I don't know, must have been 17 or 18, but not for me. I went in with someone who was interested in picking up details, and I went in, and basically the guy come out and literally looked me up and down and went, "You're not thinking of applying, are you?" And I went, "No," and he went, "Good." So that was my army career, like, over straight away,
Fucking
and
hell.
or Navy, because I think they do it both in there.
When I went in, well, they do Navy, RAF, and
Oh, do they?
Army.
Well, either way, I don't think I was.
It's just
I
a forces
don't think it was
recruitment
me.
centre. I went in there when I was around the same age, and he looked me up and down, and he went, because I'm a chunky boy, and he was just
You
like,
were
"What?"
quite svelte back then, though.
No, not at this point.
Oh, right.
It was. It was in my 20s. I went in there.
Oh, okay.
And
you're Chunky Boy.
Yeah, I'm Chunky Boy now. And he was like, "You thinking of applying?" I was like, "Yeah, maybe." And he was like, "You have to lose some weight." And I went, "Yeah." So I picked up all the information and sort of went out. He didn't really have any sort of advice.
Went out sweating, out of breath.
No, I wasn't that bad. I'm never that bad. I'm that bad now, but I wasn't that bad then. Yeah.
It's the thought of going on those monkey bars.
I really relished the idea at the time because for a chunky boy, I actually enjoy physical activity. But I just no, I do. I really do. I'm a bit like a kid with a bath with exercise. The kids like fucking like you got to take a bath, and you're like 4, and they're like no. And once they get in, they have a whale of a time. It's a bit like that with me and exercise. I'll fucking put it off forever and ever. And then when I finally go and do it, I actually quite enjoy doing this, and then I'll forget to do it.
Or in this case, you would start getting shot at and gone, nope, fuck that.
Well, no, I don't think I was looking at that sort of a vibe. I don't think I was looking at.
Don't join the army if you don't want to get shot. I wasn't looking at like infantry or something like that. I was looking at more like
what I really wanted to do was join like tank corps.
Yeah. Are you thinking of like Dungeons and Dragons? You're going in there like, what kind of career progression options are there for a healer?
No, not a healer. Like I wanted to be a tank commander.
Heavy machinery.
For the longest time.
My granddad did that.
Yeah, but then someone turned around to me who was actually in the forces, a family member of mine, and said, "They don't fucking use tanks anymore."
No, they don't.
No.
They just basically said, if you remember the tank corps, you'll end up being a grunt because they park them up, especially in like desert theatres, because there's no end of trouble with them.
They just go in Humvees these days.
Yeah, basically tanks are shit in the desert, and they just park them up, and the guys who do the tanks either help out the Royal Engineers or they go out and patrol with the infantry.
Well, that sounds rubbish.
Yeah, and all he wanted to do was careen around in like a fucking 20-ton behemoth at 50 miles an hour, shooting 20 mil shells out of a giant cannon. Yeah, that bit sounds
cool. At civilians. Because they're the easiest.
At whomever I was ordered to do, it's a job. You get asked to do the thing.
That's the best thing about schools. They don't move around so quick.
We don't get political in this podcast, Stuart.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think I'm sort of like quite like noted as like a pacifist as well.
Yeah, like, you're always very much against, but you'll be causing the most death.
I am very outspoken against sort of like, world peace, like not outspoken against world peace.
I want to take over the world. That's serious.
Secretly sponsored by landmines.
What we need to achieve world peace is one commander over all.
Peace through devastation.
Yeah, I'm sort of quite
suddenly got Megatron.
Quite outspoken about that, and like
job.
Without getting overly political, talking about Trident and things like that. Like I've made my views apparent on that, but there's still like a piece of me that's like, I would love to be a fighter pilot. But the thing is, like, the fear from like my girlfriend or my mother is, but that is incredibly, incredibly dangerous. But I'm like, well, yeah, but so is anything. So is driving a car. And they're like, yeah, but when you're driving a car, you're not getting shot at. You're
getting shot in a fucking fighter plane anymore.
Sorry, did one not get shot down last year?
Yeah, one.
Yeah, but that's their point. That's their point. Like what if you're that one? But the thing is, like in my
20 fucking commercial airliners went down last year.
It might go down mine now. I'm in like Top Gun. I'm like, well, yes.
You're Iceman.
So what if I get shot at? It won't matter when I'm the best goddamn pilot in the force.
That's true. So that's what you would do, fighter pilot.
I would love
secret fighter pilot. You'd be like a superhero fighter pilot.
Yeah.
We better call the whore. Because that would be your nickname.
No, it wouldn't.
It probably,
it would be the whore.
No, because everyone who's a fighter pilot is a little bit, let's go, Jeremy. And therefore his nickname would be something unrelated to his name. It would be the thing that he does the first time. Like
they walk in, like he trips over and he goes, "Oh, there's Tripsy! Yeah. Tripsy, what's up, Winko?" Exactly. Ah!
Or you wear a gilet once and it's not in fashion. You'd be like, "Well, there's gilet."
Anyway, what would your secret job be?
I once heard of people that sniff perfume to then turn around and go,
what I assume out of the bottle, not go. Your secret job would be going around sniffing women as they walk
No,
down
that's
the
my
street.
that's my real job. But I've always wondered,
like a perfume connoisseur.
yeah, and for some when
Like
I
a
was
sommelier, but for perfume.
yeah, when I was growing up, I genuinely wanted to do that.
You know what?
Yeah, I genuinely.
But the thing is,
Where did that come from?
I know it's
I am not surprised.
No, genuinely.
Like
yeah.
you watch it. You thing is, like you watch a TV show and you see like the cool fighter pilot guy in a film or a TV show, and that's where you get that sort of in your head as a kid. Like,
No.
where did you get this from?
No, well, liberal kind of upbringing. But no, I either wanted to do that or any job that meant my car had like livery on it of like my shop or my company or something, but not a racing driver.
An estate agent.
An estate agent.
I'm thinking like in that film.
Don't know why.
It's not Grown Ups, is it? What's that film with Sean William Scott in, where they and Paul Rudd?
There's literally 4 of them.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and it's the Taste the Monster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what is that film?
Well, we've talked about this film on the podcast
Yeah.
before, and I couldn't remember
Taste the
name.
Minotaur.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh fuck, what is that film called? Oh, if only my brother was here, he'd know.
I know. Parole. No. Step Brothers. No.
Role Models.
Role Models. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and they got the kids.
Love gun.
The kid.
yeah.
You
You
see,
see,
just
Ronnie?
laughing, and
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
The
sassy
gun
black
is his
kid.
dick.
Yeah, and it's like
great
"No, that
film."
frown, concentrate, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good film.
that is
a
a
good
fucking
film.
cracking film.
I love that.
Yeah,
film.
I would
haven't
want
watched
to.
that in a while.
Yeah,
while,
basically, actually, that's what my part-time job would be driving.
a fucking brown rep.
Taste the Minotaur.
Right, yeah.
So you want to be the guy that drives around Canterbury in the Red Bull car?
That's exactly it. I
Right.
want a Red Bull Mini
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
or sniff perfume.
Other energy drinks are available.
Others are, but you don't want them. Except you,
I
mate.
see. I'm
would you
torn
do?
on mine. I'm very torn on mine.
I'm going to tell you before you begin that professional masturbator is not a career.
No. I wasn't saying that.
Well, why have you got your trousers off again then?
Oh, it's very hot in here. So one of my dreams as a kid, and this is an odd one. I'm going to tell you this now.
Other than me wanting to sniff perfume.
We've already had
Early.
perfume sniffer.
Maybe not as out there as that, but sort of you'll be like, "Hey, was I a farmer?
Eh?
A
Eh?
farmer?
E?
Yeah. Because
What kind of edible? Pastoral?
a bit of both, like sort of like a sort of jack of all trades, but probably pastoral more than arable. Like animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Perhaps a dairy farm. But no, because I love tractors. I've always loved.
Perhaps
when I
a
was
dairy
kid-
farm because I want to be sucking on
When I
titties
was
all day.
when I was a kid, disgusting.
I'm not the one doing it. I'm sniffing perfume. You're the one sticking horse titties in your or whatever.
but-
Or wherever
yes,
milk comes
that's where we get all the milk from, the horses. Delicious horse milk.
That's sperm, Stuart.
Those big
I
head
go down
boys.
the stud farm and get my 6 pint every week.
Makes me grow up big and strong.
Good protein in that. But yeah, ever since I was a kid, I was
Those
like,
bloody perfume sniffers and their horse cheese.
ever since I was a kid, I
drank horse.
Shut up!
We're not taking Dom's career seriously.
I took fucking fighter pilot seriously. But you are short enough because you can't be too tall to be a fighter pilot. No, it's true. You
Yeah,
can't
otherwise
be
no
like
shit.
you can't be overly tall.
No, but
You
when you
can't
get
fit in
as
the
you get
cockpit.
older, you
Then the
get
bullets go
shorter.
over your head.
Huh?
So the bullets go fly over my head.
No, it's actually a
smaller
genuine thing
target.
because obviously the
They
cockpit.
can get me a tiny mini plane.
I fucking like. They give you like a comedy biplane, like Catch the Pigeon style.
Putting down my goggles. Danny,
Dick Dastardly.
banging around on a drone.
But yeah, like ever since I was a kid, I just always had this thing for like farm machinery. It's odd.
Oh no, I get that.
I absolutely love tractors, and I actually, as a job, I've driven a tractor, but not on a farm.
he stole it.
Just stole it, drove it through Canterbury High Street. 10 dead, you know. That's too soon. I just realised that's far too soon. Anyway, apologies for that one. But like combine harvesters, I know that's arable, but I absolutely love combine harvesters.
Although, if you,
I love
Like
like
fascinating machines. Like
I
that,
love
eh?
huge, fascinating machines you can drive. Yeah. So not like big like factories. I know that's interesting, but I love like looking like like mega engineering.
Yeah,
that program
yeah,
on
yeah,
like
yeah.
like Discovery.
Have you seen that?
that's cool.
The world's biggest like vehicle. Basically, it is like it's an excavator.
yeah,
Yes. Do you know what? It's a Liebherr excavator because I used to drive a Liebherr Grab, which is not quite as big. But I went to
you're telling me it's not quite
a
as big?
Liebherr showroom once.
Really?
And they have the bucket for it there.
Because the bucket can fit like 4 actual full-sized dumper trucks in it.
Yes, I've seen the bucket for one.
Absolutely massive.
I've seen the bucket.
And
for
each
one.
arm has got like 10 bloody buckets.
But
on.
how? What?
You see, it's for
I've seen it.
It's for mining operations.
Yeah,
It's
they
for
use it in
mining.
Australia in open mines, don't they?
Yeah.
And stuff. But you just think someone's gone. Yeah, mate, the bucket's not big enough. We need like 17 buckets.
No, it's Germans. It's German. It's a
So they
German
were like,
logo.
"Oh my god, have you seen about King Wilhelm? Yeah, I know it sounds like it's a fighter pilot or something,
Yeah.
but don't worry about it because we've got
that's
10
another
huge
thing.
buckets for this crane."
But that's another thing I'd love to do is drive those giant excavators. Do you know?
That'd be
Because
cool.
I was flipping through because my dad does stuff. My dad does stuff
Flipping
with
through a
like
giant
excavators
excavator.
and machines as
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
his
yeah.
job. I was flipping through the Liebherr catalog and it's in there.
I'm not being funny.
And the stats on
How
like
much?
oh, it's tens of millions.
Yeah, it's good.
No, they don't even put the price because you have to because each one is unique.
You're
Unique for the job that it does.
You are serious. You're like that. If you're looking at one of them in all
Yeah,
seriousness,
It's absolutely tens of millions.
It's got to be. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the price is.
Yeah.
Imagine what the thing is though. Imagine
The
how
amount of
how much that
power
would
to put engine
save
through
you.
those as
Like if you needed to do that job and you did that with like through traditional means of excavation. Let's talk like an excavator and a dump truck
and a dude.
and a dude in each one. You're talking about a team of hundreds of those, probably even thousands, to do the same work that machine would do in one day.
Point.
Yeah, it's insane. I've watched videos where they pick up cars
Yeah.
and then just drop them. But then the amount of soil they can pick up in one go and just seeing it dropped over like a house.
Yeah.
And it just like buries it. It's insane.
I'm not being funny here, but after initially laughing at your dream of becoming a farmer, you've kind of explained this into such a cool position. And
It's the machinery.
now,
I
I've got
just
to
love
say,
the big machines.
Dom, you and I feel like it's putting Perfume Sniffer to shame. Is there nothing cooler, Stu?
Probably.
Like, imagine us down the pub meeting each other for the first time, like an exclusive club for people to do awesome jobs. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a fighter pilot. Dom's like, you know, the biggest machines known to man. Yeah, I drive one of those. And you're like, I sniff perfume.
Yeah.
Sniff perfume would drive a unbranded blue and silver energy drink based vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of rebuttal, of which you can tell I'm struggling and stalling.
No, that's it. That's it. No, that's it. That's fine. Perfume sniffer.
Well, do you know what? I don't give a crap because you two would smell like shit at the end of a very hard working day, and I would smell glorious whilst equally walking away with one of those, women that work on the benefit counter or something. So you can be there with your gigantic scoops, but I think we'll all know who really.
Yeah, but when I turn around to the gun on a
prize.
benefit count, I'll be like, "Do you want to go away with smelly McFrou-Frou over there, or do you want to sit in the biggest machine in the world?"
That's all right.
I got a feeling you would have to actually word it like that, because if you turn around to her and said, "Do you want a ride on the biggest machine in the world?" she might think that is a really sick chat up line.
And also, you've got to give me a fighting chance.
It's true. Right then, I think that's the news that sticks for this week.
Too.
So, if you want to get in contact with us, go to stickitpod.com. It's your hub for everything See If It Sticks related. Our email address is on there, but for you folks that don't want to quickly go on your phone and Google See If It Sticks, it's fling it at stickitpod.com. Please send us your problems, emails, fan mail, complaints, whatever you want, we'll receive in our bulging sack. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even YouTube if you don't want to listen on the regular traditional podcasting routes. Once again, this has been the news that sticks for this week. I've been Dom.
I've been Dan.
And I've been Frou-Frou.
And if there are any RAF recruiters listening that want to overlook the age and hire a very youthful 28-year-old, I am still looking.